finally, I've got my hands on a tablet with grayscale UI, a distraction-free operating system, and a pen and paper feel for the note-taking experience. It has to be one of the most productive devices for the modern world. But is it really though? At the time of scripting this video, the reMarkable 2 is a 5-year-old device. They've released a newer version of the reMarkable called reMarkable Paper Pro, and despite this new version, the original reMarkable 2 has still not been replaced and is being sold as one of the best note-taking devices. So what's the whole selling point of this device? That it's a decent note-taking tablet, but pretty bad at everything else. So for the price that they're charging, it should have no issues with its one and only use case. But in my experience, from build quality to the software, this thing is not a perfect device in any way. The lagging operating system, the less than optimal palm rejection, the pen tip that falls apart before your return window closes are just some of the headaches I faced with this device. I can see that there's a market for that, but I want to kind of question that a little bit for people that already have a fully functional tablet and see if there is a way to kind of like pull away the features on your fully functional iPad and make it into a reMarkable 2 clone. So let's build a reMarkable alternative with an iPad. Let's get started. For this to work, it has to be at least good enough or better than reMarkable 2 at least 3 different things. The feel of pen and paper, avoid or block any form of distractions, and finally, an amazing note-taking application that enables some form of cloud syncing. First, you need an iPad with an Apple Pencil. It doesn't matter what generation that you have, as long as you have an iPad and a compatible Apple Pencil, we're good to go. To get the pen and paper feel, we need to modify the iPad screen and the pencil tip. On the iPad side, I've installed a matte screen protector. It's not paper-like or anything stupidly expensive like that, and it just seems to do the job, so I will recommend that don't get suckered into one of the sponsored videos by Paperlike. And then on the Apple Pencil side, I've tried multiple tips. I've kind of landed with this metal tip that acts like a Pilot G3 or G6, whatever that pen is. Not exactly like pen and paper. Think of it more like a thin piece of paper on a hard surface. So it's that kind of thing, but it gets you like 70% there. So for this video, we're gonna be using this application called Note Shelf. I've been using this application for the past few days and is available on Android, Windows, and iOS. The pen tools are extremely fluid and smooth. You also have the ability to erase by just selecting the entire stroke, or if you want to erase a part of the stroke, that is also possible. Or you can even erase just the highlighter without affecting the text under your highlighter. As long as you are somewhere close to the shape that you are trying to make, it will identify shapes as well. And best of all of this is available to you for a one-time purchase of $15. Another app worth considering is called Notefill. I like the application and it does almost 90% of everything Note Shelf 3 does, but at 1/3 of the cost at $5. When it comes to distractions, one way to address that will be to delete every single application except your note-taking application. But in my opinion, that's just stupid. So for that, I'm going to suggest you to use this application called Jomo. With Jomo, you can set it up in a way that it will block every single application except for your note-taking application. To make it even harder, we're going to set up a focus mode that basically blocks any form of notifications from any applications whatsoever. And then we're going to select the template that we just created as a focus filter. So every time that focus is turned on, this template from Jomo is activated. That means everything on your iPad is blocked. Now to enable reMarkable 2 mode on our iPad, we're going to create a new shortcut. The first action is to turn on the reMarkable focus mode. Please note that the focus modes sync between devices, so when reMarkable focus mode is turned on your iPad, you would not get any notifications on your iPhone either. Then I have an action to enable color filter. This is a simple action that will basically turn on grayscale mode on your iPad. At this point, I should mention that I have an accessibility shortcut to enable or disable color filters directly from my control center. Getting back to the shortcut, I have an action to open the Note Shelf application, and finally I have an action to enable guided access mode with a delay of 2 seconds. With guided access mode, you have to intentionally want to get out of your note-taking application You have to press the power button 3 times to exit guided access mode, and even when you do, JOMO is still active, so you cannot just jump into whatever application. At this point, I believe the iPad has become as distraction-free as a reMarkable 2 tablet, but with way better software, with cloud syncing, and way better palm rejection in general.